Hey, at least we can actually include the Monday night game. Now it's Tuesday though.
That's true.
Uh,
That is true.
all right, we're live, man. So you can take it away. Well, let me sign into the chat actually real quick, just so I have the ability to fucking type to the chat. So you do it through Streamlabs. Cause
Do
your
you?
students be really popping off here. We are live, so they might be hearing me say this.
Yeah, we had a pretty crazy day at school today, and like they just had like PSAT testing all day. So
Oh, really?
yeah, not a normal day. And I wasn't there yesterday because I was driving back from EMS. So
Yeah. What time did you end up getting
had
back
a
yesterday?
slow. I think I got into town around like 6.
6.
Yeah, I think I left EMS right around like 3 o'clock. So yeah,
Gotcha. Yeah, I guess
just not too bad.
redoing, I guess moving the video probably wasn't too bad for you because you didn't have to like get home and immediately do this. You were able to like relax.
Yeah, it was nice to see you, buddy. Nice to
Yeah,
see
it
the
was nice
family
seeing you,
too,
man.
for sure. Good little recharge.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, man.
But you good?
Yeah, we're live and we're good. I was so excited about the bass, dude. I've been showing everybody the bass I caught, bro.
Yeah, dude, it's nice.
I thought this is a big deal for me, guys. KK's
It is.
already in here and said Mr.
This
White.
by far your biggest
Oh yeah,
fish
easily.
that you caught,
I just like how
without a
I put
doubt.
on that big old spinner and you and Brady moved on, and like I was following you guys, and I was like, yeah, I'll move on too, and like I stopped and stood there, and I was like, I'm gonna go for him again, dude. I just climbed down there, and it was probably like I like cast it like 4 times, and I was like, ah, yeah, he's not biting, and I was like, I'm gonna do one more, and ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
He's a fighter too. I
I
was
bet
that was my first time, man. Like actually not catching a
having
dink.
to fight a fish.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
having.
Like I had to, like I made sure, like I had my hand on the drag. I never had to change my drag, but I had my hand on it just in case. And then once I got him closer to me, I just started like walking him back and forth just to tire him out. But yeah, it was
Mhm.
good stuff, man. That made fishing a lot more enjoyable when you're catching big fish like that. It feels a lot more fun than dinks.
For sure.
But yeah, man, we are live, guys. Hello, but we'll start that right now. Well, KK is the only one here, I think. I'm not sure. No one else has chatted yet. I
Have
don't
we
know.
heard from? Do we know who KK is?
I do not. KK, who are you? It's funny to me just saying Mr. White always in the chat, though.
I know. They're so respectful in the chat.
I still think I had the best Diablo character when I made that Diablo wizard and I named him Casey White. I was gonna try to like climb the leaderboards with him. It'd be hilarious. She hasn't replied yet. I'm assuming she. I apologize if I just insulted you. Um,
All right, let's get it, I
yeah, man.
guess.
Episode 37.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 37 of Sonoran Sports Cards. We're gonna do a MLB postseason overview because the World Series starts on Friday, so we're
It
already
starts
at
on
it.
Friday.
Yeah,
That's how
dude.
much, guys. That's how much I don't follow MLB. Is like I had no idea the World Series was
Yeah,
starting in a week.
yeah. The Phillies made short work of the Padres, and the Astros kicked the Yankees' ass. So
Really? Oh, so they probably
yeah, now
cheated then.
we're yeah, yeah. So now that's where we're at. Obviously, the pretty much the whole world's gonna be cheering for the Phillies.
Yes, sir. I'm going for the
Um,
Phillies, and I'm gonna watch baseball.
Yeah, and if we look at some betting odds, because I usually use that to be like who do people think is gonna win? Phillies are sorry, the Astros are favorites. Phillies are underdogs. Not by a huge amount, but Astros are favorite. They probably have the better overall team. Um, Best player right now on the Astros is probably Jordan Alvarez, and the best player on the Phillies is by far Bryce Harper. And I just wanted to go over Bryce Harper's stats right now because that was at the beginning of the season. I bought a Bryce Harper card, and I was like, I think he's going to do pretty good this year. I think people are think the Bryce Harper hype died for a while ago, a couple of years ago. Even though he's always been great, and so I bought one of his cards, and that's proven to be a pretty good investment thus far. But just looking at the postseason, so 2022 postseason, um, he's had 43 at bats, and 18 hits, which is a 419 average. Which, if you don't know baseball, that's pretty good. And if you hit a 419 average, you'd be like, okay, well, he's just like making contact, getting on base. Not true. He has 5 home runs. He has an OPS of
Oh wait, he has
1.351.
5 home runs. Is that in the? Is that just postseason?
That's just the postseason. Yeah.
That's pretty goddamn good,
Out,
right?
out of out of 43 at bats, yeah, that's really good. And he has an OPS of 1.351, which is an advanced metric that takes into account your slugging percentage and your on
Okay.
base
Does
percentage.
it show his
So
home run
it's
percentage, or should I do the math on that? I'm actually curious.
uh
How many hits has he had?
be one every 8 at bats, pretty much.
Okay.
He has 43 at bats, 5 home runs.
That's really good, actually, man.
Yeah, yeah. The OPS of 1.351 is an insane stat. Anytime you're like around like 1.0, you're like amazing, and
You're
he's at
slaying it.
1.351. I've never seen an OPS that high, honestly.
Even from like Mike
Yeah,
Trout and stuff.
yeah, yeah. No, even from Mike Trout. No, like, I mean, I'm sure in like little select windows, but to be your entire postseason,
Yeah, to
like
just be
that
your
is
like whole
definitely pretty
stats.
clutch.
Yeah,
Yeah, and so this is the card I bought right here. I don't know how well it's coming through,
it's actually
but
coming
this
through.
card
Here,
right
I'll make
here.
you bigger just so people can see that there for our one viewer there right now. Bowman prospector Bryce Harper. Yeah, that's a good camera angle. Actually,
Yeah,
lift it, go up a little bit just so we can see the bottom end of it. Okay. Yeah.
yeah. 2012 Bowman prospects Bryce Harper. Just a paper rookie card, not his Chrome rookie card. It was like I think I bought it for $40, and right now it's selling for 70, so that's almost 2x. And I think if he wins the World Series, that could go up closer to 100. That'll be big hype. And that's always
Oh
been
yeah.
the knock on Bryce Harper. Amazing player, MVP multiple times. Just never won a World Series, so this could be it right here.
Yeah. Very
And
nice
then the
card,
other.
Mr. White. KK, who are you?
It could be a. I mean, there's a lot of kids that have a K first name, but I'm trying to think: is there one that has a K first name and last name?
It's KAYKAY is how it is.
Is that Carissa?
Her
Um,
picture, maybe her picture will help you. It's like looks like an anime girl. So I don't know if you know Carissa's into anime or something.
I have no clue. And the other, so that's Bryce Harper, the
Yeah.
Phillies' best player. Then Jordan Alvarez, is having a lot more like of a like just a good postseason. Like Bryce Harper's is insane. Jordan Alvarez's OPS is .888, has 2 homers, is batting at like 240. Bryce Harper is just like so much better right now. He's crazy. But those are the two favorites to win the MVP. Jordan Alvarez is the true favorite just simply because people think the Astros are gonna win. So,
Okay.
but Bryce Harper is definitely playing the
So let's
best.
go Phillies. It's you were right by the way.
Is Carissa?
Hmm.
Hi, Carissa. Um, it's a great kid right there, honestly. Her last volleyball game is tomorrow. Last volleyball game of the season. So let's go, Carissa, and let's go the
What grade
SaberCats.
do you teach? You teaching
Carissa's a freshman. I teach
freshmen,
freshmen and juniors
and
at different
juniors?
two
Because
different
you're not
schools.
seniors. What, like 2 years ago or something?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
last year my junior class used to have like juniors and seniors a lot more, but this
Okay.
year is pretty much exclusively juniors.
Gotcha.
Besides maybe like 5 kids. Um. Yeah. So I mean, game one's Friday. I don't know when the rest of the games are. Game two looks like Saturday. Game three Monday. So we'll be back on around game three, and we'll update you on where we're at. I obviously
Mhm.
want the Phillies to win, but
I think that I
hard
think
to
I
hard
think
to make them
everyone I
update
think
them on that.
everyone who's not an Astro fan wants the Phillies to win.
Yeah, for
Same thing with the
sure.
Patriots, essentially, when they were always in the Super Bowl.
Mhm. Yeah, that's true. Patriots get caught cheating a couple times too. Um. So now on to basketball,
Yes,
my
sir.
favorite sport.
I already have all that pulled up,
Um.
like the standings. Definitely my second
Yeah.
favorite now.
Yeah, I mean that's great. Obviously,
Yeah.
I love the fact that you love basketball now too. Um, but I thought like to review the standings would just be like kind of useless. There's only been like 3 or 4 games going on.
Yeah, I mean a team could be 0-3 like the Lakers, but
Uh,
still be a quote unquote good team, just because they have LeBron
I don't,
James.
I don't, I don't think they're quote unquote good, honestly.
I feel like when you have LeBron
And
James,
we're
you're
gonna
automatically bumped into the good category, you know.
and we're gonna get to that in a second. So I kind of, since it's basketball is more my sport than Mikey's.
Yes,
I
sir.
took the liberty of making like some just like reactions to the first week. I wrote down four of them. One of them, like the fourth one, is kind of like two and one, so really it's five. But first one is that the Lakers like legitly just don't have shooting around LeBron James, and that's gonna be probably a bigger issue. I mean, I thought that was a big issue to get with to begin with. But if we look at I'm looking at all their team stats right now, and I'm looking at 3-point percentage because if you don't watch the NBA today, it's all centered around the three. Um, they have two players. Actually, no, that guy doesn't even count. He played 2 minutes and he jacked up 1 3, so he has 100% shooting percentage in the entire 2 minutes he's played in their first three games. He doesn't count. I'm sorry. Um, I guess Matt Ryan counts. He played 2 games over 15 minutes and shot 40%, so he's an all right shooter. But their next best shooter is shooting 29% from three. LeBron is their fourth best 3-point shooter at 26%. LeBron can't shoot threes, and he's their fourth best 3-point shooter. Like this team legitly has no 3-point shooting. And if you were to build a team around LeBron and Anthony Davis,
Yeah.
you would just want people that can shoot threes. So they're going to have no spacing, is what that means, which means the other team's defense is just going to be able to crowd the paint because, like, you're not afraid. Like, you can legitly leave. Let's see, like, who else is part of their starting lineup? Patrick Beverly, shooting 21% from three. You can leave his ass wide open out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even need to go out to the line. Or Russell Westbrook is shooting 8% from three. 8. Like, you don't even need to cover those people if they're
Yeah,
like more
that's
than 12 feet away from the basket. And where does LeBron do his damage? It's when he's driving and he can kick out to open shooters or he can lay it up, but defense is just going to be able to pack the paint. And that's what I've been seeing. I've watched two of the Lakers' 3 games, and it's terrible, man. Like, I mean, it's funny
yeah.
for
They just
me
pack
because
it.
I don't like the Lakers, but
Right.
like, it's a
It's like
tough watch.
yeah. It's like you said. They can just pack the paint, and I feel like that it's just they literally can't do anything, so they just lose.
Yeah, and they can't hit shots.
Let me see. I'm gonna look at the.
And
So,
Russell Westbrook, like that was the whole thing with their coach was like, oh, we're gonna take Russ out of crunch time situations and see how that works. That's bullshit. Like first 3 games, he was in crunch time for all of them, and in the most recent game where it was like actually close, he walks the ball down. I think there's like maybe like 30 seconds because he was trying to go for a 2-for-1. So like where your team gets 2 shots with the amount of time left. So he jacked up a shot early, and it was just like a mid-range jump shot from the right wing, and maybe like an 18-footer.
this
Just
is
totally
who?
bricked it, and Russell Westbrook.
Oh,
And
okay.
you instead of LeBron shooting or anything, it was Westbrook decided to take the shot.
Yeah, isn't Westbrook
Just
also
terrible
not?
decision
He
making.
isn't Westbrook also just known to be more of like a drive in, get a layup kind of person, not a
Yeah,
shooter.
yeah, a slasher for sure. But
Slasher. There we go.
he's just a notoriously a bad decision maker, and so he just
Okay.
jacks up the shot, and you literally as he's shooting, like before it hits the rim and it's out, you hear like the Lakers fans because it's in LA, like they groan, like you hear them go, ugh, like in the whole, it's so sad.
Yeah.
But I mean, it would be sad if they weren't Lakers fans. But
What did they
yeah, like
trade
the
for
Lakers
Westbrook?
are bad draft picks,
Like that
and
has to be like the
trades.
biggest like draft or trade like loss of the season
And
last
they
year.
gave up. I think they gave up Kyle Kuzma. Went the other
Right? That's what I
direction.
thought. 'Cause
Maybe
Wasn't
Paul
Kyle
George.
Kuzma
Maybe
supposed
I
to
can't
be like
remember.
some big player out of the draft, and he just ended up being a dud?
He's actually. I mean,
Is he doing
yeah.
better
I mean,
over?
he had like Lakers hype, which was like unwarranted. But like since he's been on the Wizards, he's actually been a pretty good player. He's like exactly what the Lakers need: somebody who plays defense and can hit shots.
Yeah.
And they traded him away to get Westbrook.
I mean,
I'm not
speaking of
sure
the
if
Wizards, they're three and
KCP was
one.
part of that trade too.
You did
Yeah, I
say
know, man.
that's one of the things you said was you. I think the Wizards is one of the teams that you said you felt like was going to be a lot better this year, right? Wasn't it? Or was
I
that the
wish I could
Magic?
take that, but I really don't think I did.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the Magic that I thought were gonna be
And they
good,
are
but oh well.
they are literally the worst team in the
Uh,
NBA right now, win loss wise. But they've
yeah,
played more
yeah.
games than most
I,
teams right now.
I wish I could take that.
Actually, no, they haven't. They've played the
But
same games.
yeah, I'm not trying to look at standings yet. Maybe in a
Yeah,
couple weeks I can
like
look
you
at
said,
that.
it's just
Maybe
there's only 4 games, so.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, right now it looks like the Jazz are amazing. They're 3-1. That's not going to hold up
Heat
in
are
New
one
York.
and three. That's a big old feels bad. I was looking at the stat line. It looks like no one's been really popping off. Like Butler hasn't really been popping off, so maybe they're still just kind of getting together what they want to do. So like you said, early in the season. So
All right, next big takeaway is that there's Paulo Banchero should be the runaway rookie of the year. I know it's only been 4 games, but
who is
listen
he
to
on?
this. Paulo Banchero, he's on the Magic, so his
Magic,
team's
gotcha.
bad, which means he's going to have plenty of playing time. But over the first 4 games, he's been playing 34 minutes. Has 23-point average, so 23 points, almost 8 rebounds and 3 assists. That's a rookie
Okay,
in their first 4 games. That's LeBron James numbers, like rookie year, like legitly very similar to LeBron James's rookie year numbers.
interesting.
So he looks like the real deal on offense. Like he's also averaging 1.5 blocks a game, which people I mean he's tall and lanky, so that kind of makes sense. But he was not meant to be a good defender. But
Right.
and then the by far second place is, and this makes me pretty happy as far as rookies right now, is Benedict Mathurin. He was from the U of A. He was the Pacers drafted him I think 10th, somewhere right around there.
That's cool. It's a player
And
you can actually
he's at
follow and like.
yeah, and the Pacers are also terrible, so he'll play a lot. And he's at 22 points a game, so right behind Paula Banchero, but
You
his
know,
other stats aren't that great. So
like I feel like the Pacers. Like since I've been watching basketball, I don't know if anyone else feels this way, but when you start watching a new sport, like it wasn't new to me, but like it's new to following, um, like just based off of the color scheme and like their logo, you get like a feeling about a team like that team's garbage, right? The Pacers is always one. They have I'm looking at like I have the I'm on ESPN. I can see all their logos. I honestly think that the Pacers have the worst logo. That is actually garbage. Whoever designed that should actually lose their job. Like I don't
I
know.
think it was
I just think it's
I think it was
ugly.
designed a good while ago, but yeah, it's
Pistons
I mean
are a close
it's
second.
pretty simple. Yeah,
Yeah.
Pistons is bad. I think the Pistons is the worst in my opinion.
Yeah.
But like honest. Yeah, but
But yeah.
Pacers is
That's
pretty bad. It's very simple. It's a P with a basketball
Pelicans 3 and
and
1.
their
How's Zion
colors,
been doing?
which are kind of ugly colors. Oh yeah, I mean we'll get to him. He's one of
Okay, so that
my
was on your list. All right.
All right. All right. So we did the rookies. Now Dame time is
Game time.
people are worried about Dame falling off a little bit. That is not the case. My boy is doing well over his first 3 games. He has averaging 33 points a game
You said first three
on
games
50%.
because they're 4-0. So
Yeah. Oh, maybe. Oh, yep. That's over 4 games. 33 points and 50% from the field and 40% from three
oh my,
with 5
40%,
assists and
bro.
a
That's
couple.
so dangerous.
I know. Imagine him on the Lakers. Yeah, no, that ain't happening. So yeah, the Pacers, or sorry, not the Pacers. We got the Pacers in my head. The Trailblazers are actually doing good, and Dame
Yeah.
is
I mean,
playing lights out. Like probably the best player in the NBA right
like
now.
for the
I
Lakers
mean,
to even whoa, Ja, dude. All right, relax.
him or who we talk about
Um,
next.
uh,
He's the next
yeah.
person.
The Blaze. Like, what do you think that if that were to happen, they'd have to probably give up Anthony Davis, right? For Dame,
Oh,
at
oh yeah.
least.
I don't think there's a way. I don't
Like,
think there's
even if
any
they gave
way.
like
Like the only
Anthony
way that
Davis and
happened.
draft picks,
I mean, I guess, but
and that's
I don't
if
think
Dame wanted
I
out,
don't
though.
think the Lakers
I
would do
think
that.
Dame would
Yeah, the
have
only
to
way that would
want
happen
out,
is Dame would have to win out,
but he
and then
loyal,
maybe
so.
yeah, he is loyal to a fault probably. But I think I don't think that would happen. But
Yeah, I just
at
like to
least
think
at
about that
least
kind
I
of
wouldn't
stuff.
want it. Yeah.
Right. But yeah, next up on your list
If
is
Dame gets traded, it's going to be to one of those teams that has a crap ton of draft picks that they can just throw at it, like the Trailblazers. Not the Trailblazers. They are the Trailblazers. The Pelicans are
Trailblazers
my
going to trade
number
for their
one
own player,
thought.
dude. That's nutty.
Nutty. All right. Next thing, and this is the one that's broken up into two really. It's 2019 draft class. The top two: John Morant, Zion Williamson. Zion went one. and I can't believe it, dude. Actually, I can't believe it. I can totally believe it. Zion Williamson has posterior hip contusion, out the next game.
Oh boy.
So homie's already hurt. Meanwhile, John Morant has played 4 games and is averaging 35 points
On jaw?
on 55% on jaw, 55% from the field, 60% from three, which is insane.
What? Better than
And
Dame.
7 assists and 4 rim. Yeah, I mean that's why you can't really count or like don't look at the first 4 games for a whole lot. Since
Yeah,
sixty
but
percent,
it's
that's not
fun.
gonna
It's
happen.
fun to
But
do.
that's still big. Yeah, for sure. But 35 points and 7 assists, and Zion Williamson is injured. And then this is a sports cards little podcast kind of deal. So I was like, you know what? Because for the longest time, it didn't matter what the hell Jaw did, he was still lower than Zion, even when Zion wasn't playing forever. And I was like, all right, let's look at their PSA 10 Prism card from 2019. John Morant, if we're looking at yesterday's sales, his average is about 160 for the past 3 sales. You look on Zion Williamson from the last 3 of his sales, average 190. The Zion is still selling higher than Jaw. I just don't get it.
It's the hype, man. That's really all it
I
is,
just
right?
like,
I mean,
why are you investing your money in that? Like, I know Zion looks amazing whenever he plays, but so does Jaw, and Jaw plays all the time. Like, I just don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, I'm sorry, if I'm investing my money, I'm doing it 100 times out of 100 into Jaw, like not into Zion.
Jaw's
I
just.
don't get it.
I feel like Jaw has been underlooked. Like he's not underlooked, but like you just said, how Zion's still worth more than him. I feel like Jaw's like every year has been consistently, and he's proven that again so far in the first 4 games. I feel like he's just consistently getting better.
And I think that people are like, "Oh, the Pelicans are going to be really good this year. The Grizzlies were good last year, and the
Yeah,
Grizzlies are going to be good again this year." Like the Pelicans at best can be what the Grizzlies were last year. And like I just don't get it. And
Jaw's a problem.
Jaw is a problem. Jaw is amazing to watch. It's not just he's getting a lot of points. Like he's crazy when he does it. Like if I could recommend one thing
Yeah.
that any new person in basketball is just watch the Grizzlies and
I'm
watch
new,
John Morant
guys,
play.
and luckily I started in the bubble, which is kind of when Jaw started happening. Really, like was that year, you know. And it's been fantastic. Jaw's really fun to watch. So I would agree with Casey and recommend that as well. As a new person,
Was
he has been my most enjoyable
absolutely
player.
nasty.
Him or probably this is kind of fanboyish, but probably Jimmy Butler, especially in the playoffs. Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, playoff Jimmy is a real deal. Giannis has been really good. It's not really
Yeah,
a notice, but or
that's
news to
expected from him.
anybody. Yeah,
I posted that.
shouldn't be
So
news to anybody.
speaking of Giannis, like in a group chat that I have, I am with my brother and my other buddy. I we were like posting gifs or something, and I posted a gif of Giannis, and he just put, "Who's that?" And I just put, "Excuse me, the Greek freak. Hello."
Yeah,
I was like, "How you not know?" I was like, "How you not know who this is, boy?" But yeah, this is funny.
yeah. There's not a lot. I don't know. I don't know if there's a whole lot of like recognizable faces in the NBA right now besides like, and they're all like really
LeBron.
old, like LeBron and Steph. Like
Yeah,
people
people
are
usually
gonna
know
know
who
who those
Steph
are.
is. Yeah,
But I'm not even sure if you showed somebody Kevin Durant's face, if they'd be like, "Oh, that's Kevin Durant."
I don't think so.
Uh, Interesting. I wonder like who the next. I mean, I want to say Jaw. Like Jaw's super exciting,
Most
but
recognizable like faces
yeah, like in 10 years, like who is like somebody who has no clue about the NBA, who are they
looks
gonna
at like
know?
a sees a player and they're like, "Hey, that's that guy." Maybe
Yeah,
Luca. I could see Luca being up there too.
yeah. I just don't know if any foreign person's ever gonna do that, and that's kind of like tough to say, but like I
Yeah.
feel that way. Like the best foreign player of all time is probably Dirk, and I don't know. I don't know if many people could like point at Dirk Nowitzki. Obviously, he's tall
No,
as
I
hell.
mean,
So
I would say before I watched, I mean, the only person I really knew was like LeBron. Like when you were teaching me all this stuff, like I didn't know who. Like I knew who they were just because I follow sports, like Durant and stuff, obviously. But I see what you're saying.
Le James.
Yeah.
Uh, you want to do football, buddy? Let's
Uh,
do football.
I suppose we can do football. I don't know. You guys want us to do football?
Just Caruso want us to do football.
So we're gonna do football, guys, and we're gonna talk about the games from this past weekend. We're gonna skip the Niners Chiefs game because nobody wants to talk about that. I watched that game and I want to cry.
Me too.
I honestly can't wait for the 49ers bye week just so I can have a week off of like not stressing out
Yeah,
on Sunday. You know what I'm saying?
it's true.
Um,
It's super stressful.
but yeah, guys. So also a quick update on the David situation. We didn't get his picks, and obviously he can't make picks for games that already happened, and we don't have him for this one either. So right now it's just me and Casey. We'll update you guys in the future if that situation changes. But yeah, let's go ahead and dive into it. So for the first game, we had the Thursday night game that was finally a good game. The Cardinals and the Saints. No one expected a huge game, but it ended up being a high-scoring game, which is always fun to watch. It
Super high
was
scoring. Yeah,
yeah,
76 points overall.
42 to 34. Cardinals took the dub there. Me and Casey both took the Cardinals, so we were both right on that one. I didn't even look at the stat line for that game, to be honest. Uh,
I watched it.
Kyler still didn't really do
Andy
that
Dalton,
much.
Andy Dalton did like just
3 picks.
his best impersonation of Jameis Winston I've ever seen. Like, he threw for over 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, but threw 3 picks.
Probably lost him the game,
The
those 3 picks.
Yeah, Kyler Murray like is an amazing player, but so frustrating to watch because like he has the worst body language I've ever seen of a starting quarterback in the NFL. He just looks like a grumpy child out there, like when stuff doesn't go his way. And there's like
That's.
videos of him like yelling at Cliff Kingsbury, which I mean I can't blame him for that because Cliff Kingsbury is a freaking dumbass.
I
But
agree with that.
um,
Like, I don't know. I feel like the Cardinals have a talented roster, especially with Hopkins. Was he back this
oh
game, or is he
yeah,
back
yeah,
next
D Hop
weekend?
was back, and
Was he?
that looked like a problem from the get go. I was like, oh boy.
Oh, he was just throwing it to him over. I didn't even see D Hop's stats on that
Uh,
game. Let me see that. D Hop had 10 catches, 103 yards. Yeah. So basically, they're doing exactly what they did last year, which is why they're not going to do well again, I think. Is they. Kyler is, in my opinion, I don't think he is that great of a quarterback. Um, he's a good runner, but that's really what it boils down to. Because I think D Hop inflates his stats, and it shows it in that game. Literally half of his throwing yards were throwing it in the general direction of D Hop, probably. But yeah, that was that one. So the Cardinals took the dub there. Next up after that on the docket, we have the Browns at the Ravens. Casey and I both took Lamar Jackson, and that worked out very barely, 23 to 20. The Ravens barely beat the Browns, which is Ravens are started off strong. I think they're starting to look a little sloppy, like something's going on over there. I think one of the
yeah, they
big,
don't seem to be able to close out games at all.
I think a big
Like
problem
they,
is they don't have any weapons on offense besides Mark Andrews. Man, obviously Lamar Jackson is a weapon, but I'm not counting him. Um, like Mark Andrews and like Bateman hasn't really been doing much, and other than Bateman and Andrews, they don't really have anybody.
yeah, facts. Honestly, yeah, Bateman has been kind of a disappointment. I drafted him in both
So,
of my leagues.
so did I. I drafted him for my flex, and I switched him out for Gabriel Davis of the Bills, which was a very big, smart move.
Smarty pants. Yeah, the Ravens just can't close out games, but I'm glad that the Browns are 2-5 because I don't want them to have a shot once Deshaun Watson comes back, which we
Ex-
are getting
Very
closer
close,
to
Joe.
that being a
Yeah,
possibility. Not a possibility, and
a thing.
will happen. Next game. Wait, who did we both pick the
We
Ravens?
both
Yeah,
picked the Ravens. Next game,
yeah, we both got wrong on this next one because the Panthers
I
beat the
think
Buccaneers
the
21-3.
I don't think if a single person told me, yeah, I picked the Panthers over the Bucks, like no, no
Yeah,
one in their right mind was like the Panthers are going to beat the Bucks. Literally nobody.
yeah. I messaged my friends in our little group chat about football, and I was like, if I was Stephen A. Smith, my take like starting on Monday, like to start off the show, would be that Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers are dog shit.
They're old men, dude.
Yeah, I know. Tom Brady finally looks like an old
Yeah,
man.
the
Poor dude.
transition
This,
is finally happening from that
yeah,
older generation of quarterbacks to these younger like Josh Allen, Mahomes,
yeah.
all these, you know.
Homie should have stayed retired. Since he came back, he has looked bad. He's on a losing team right now. He's getting a divorce. It's been tough for Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy's having a
For
really
sure.
bad time right now. Destroyed his family
Yeah.
for one more season.
And the Panthers got three or let the Bucks score 3 points. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's yeah. Even like with Tom Brady playing like ass, it's just surprising that they only scored 3 points. Like, at least
And we'll get to it when we talk about the Niners, but Panthers traded away their best player, Christian McCaffrey, and still won. And did an amazing job running the ball too, man.
with two
You look at
days,
those stats,
within
they
2 days of knowing our playbook.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll talk more on that. We'll talk more on that later because I have something else I want to mention. I'm not sure if anyone else has saw the article on that, but yeah, Panthers beat the crap out of the Bucks. That's really all that happened. Is the Bucks were just like the stick meme where it's like do something like that was the Bucks the whole game. Um, After that we have the Bengals and
Oh,
the Falcons.
so excited for this next one.
The
My
Bengals, dude, your boy Joey,
boy,
our boy, dude, our Joe Burr, dude, Joe Shiesty. I'm gonna go ahead and just
Joe
say a number. I'm
Shiesty.
just gonna say a number for you guys. Joe Shiesty dropped 481 passing yards.
Dude, he had 350 at halftime.
Dude, they're
Over 350. So
just
like
looking
they
at
just
their
like
receiving stats,
just kept it
bro.
quiet.
Ugh,
I
that's a
know Tyler
problem, man.
Boyd, Jamar Chase, and T Higgins.
Like T. Higgins
Woo!
was their third leading receiver, and he had 93 receiving yards for 5 receptions. Like that's, and then look at their averages. I don't know if you can see that on your end, dude. Like 18.6,
Yeah,
sixteen point two, 19.4. Like,
they can get the ball down the field too.
yeah.
And what's crazy is their running game wasn't that great. Joe Mixon, 3.4 yards a carry on 17 carries.
And like I always say,
So
man, as long as
they
you're,
were just throwing the ball around.
to me, as long as you're
They were just
averaging a
throwing that ball
first
around.
down on rushing, I think that is good rushing. And he averaged a first down, and that's what matters. So,
It's true. Good enough. But Jamar finally had his pop-off game, 8 catches, 130 yards, 2 touchdowns. So
yeah.
it's good for Jamar.
Did
Good
he?
for the
I saw.
Bengals.
I didn't look more into it or if anything actually came out of it, but I saw Jamar was like limping after a play. Did he get injured? Like I think it looked like he was grabbing his hamstring and stuff. So
That's news to me if
yeah,
that happens.
I like saw the replay on my phone. Um, but yeah, so Bengals 35-17. I'm
Both
surprised
picked
if.
the both picked the Bengals.
Oh yeah, we both picked the Bengals in that one. Nobody.
All
We don't
right.
trust Mariota.
Next game, Cowboys Lions. Cowboys beat the Lions 24-6.
Yeah, Lions defense continues to be the worst in the league. That's an actual
Yeah,
stat, by the way.
without
They
a
have the worst
doubt.
defense in the league right now, and
Oh, it's not even close. If you
yeah,
look at their games, they're always like giving
yeah.
up like at least 30 points, most part. Besides this game, Dak Dak's first game back for the Cowboys, pretty pedestrian.
I thought so too.
Um, yeah, but the Cowboys defense is amazing, so that's really what it comes down to.
I
One of the best defenses in the league, and they have
defense is
great
always
pass
in the
rushers.
yeah
Uh, Micah Parsons, second year, he's the real deal. So
yeah. Parsons is great. Much as I dislike the Cowboys, I know Parsons is fantastic.
pick the
Um,
Cowboys, both of us.
Both of us picked the Cowboys on that one. Next up, we have the Giants at the Jags. This is the one game that me and Casey split on, which, if you guys are following, gives me the dub for this week. I chose the Giants over the Jags because Casey puts too much trust in Trevor Lawrence because he has an autographed Trevor Lawrence card.
Shh, shh, shh. You'll see some Trevor Lawrence cards today, people.
um, but yeah, Danny Dimes, man, he actually had a really good game. 19 for
Yeah,
30, 202 yards and one touchdown. I know people are like, that's not that great. But homie rushed for 107 yards and one touchdown on 11 carries.
I know his season was crazy.
Yeah.
Saquon at 110 yards too. The Giants can move the ball on the ground, and that's always been my favorite recipe for winning is
Hmm.
running the football. So it's
Yes,
worked
sir.
out for them.
Trevor Lawrence didn't have a horrible game. I mean, he still threw for 310 yards, no picks, no touchdowns, but it's better than
Yeah,
throwing
they
no
were.
touchdowns and picks.
Yeah, I watched the very end of that game, and the Jags were driving to win it, and Trevor Lawrence completed a pass to Christian Kirk at like the 2, and Christian Kirk just got stonewalled by the Giants. It was on a fourth down, and that was the game.
So
They didn't let him in.
kind of like the playoff game with the Seahawks and well, the game to decide the seeding. The Niners Seahawks when Green lost Stonewalled. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Travis Etienne had cheap, a little voice crack there. Travis Etienne had himself a day too. Only 14 carries, but 114 yards.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I saw that too. Yeah.
You would think when you're averaging 8.1 yards a carry and popping off like that, they would have gave him more than 14 carries.
I
Maybe they
know,
would have
and
won.
Travis Etienne is going to be the bell cow because they traded away James Robinson. I don't know
Yes,
if you
sir.
saw that.
I did. To the We'll talk about that once we get to that team.
Yeah. All right, Commanders 23, Packers 21.
It's like I
another
said.
one in another one in which we all did not get the picks right
Yeah.
because we all picked the Packers. We picked Aaron Rodgers,
And honestly, like
he lost to Trevor Heineke.
all of my
Sorry,
confidence in the
Taylor.
Packers is now officially gone. Like I gave it to them again this week just because of Aaron Rodgers, but man, the Packers look bad.
I gave it to them based off who they were playing, the Commanders.
They're just as bad as them, dude. Like, I mean,
Yeah, I know.
you know.
Scary Terry had a pretty good game, so I like that.
Yeah.
Like, gotta love my boy Scary Terry.
Yeah, other than that, it's kind of
Looked like a shit game,
yeah.
honestly.
Looked like I would have fallen asleep watching that game. I'm happy I didn't do so. So yeah, Commanders took that one. Neither Casey or I got the point there. Next up was the Titans, or Colts at the Titans, rather. We both picked the Titans to win that game, and they did, 19-10. That game also looks like it was horrible to watch. Other than
Matt Ryan got benched for the entire season.
Really?
Yeah, bring on Sam Ellinger.
They benched him? I did not see that.
Yeah, that was news after the game, is that he's benched the entire rest of the season, and Sam Ellinger is going to start. I think Sam Ellinger was like a 5th round pick from last year's draft.
Okay, let's go Sam Ellinger, dude. That's Tom Brady, 5th round pick.
Yeah, who
Never
knows?
know.
I guess.
It looks like it was just the Derrick Henry show.
But I feel like the news with the, yeah, I mean, if the Titans are going to do anything, that's what it's got to be. I feel like Ryan Tannehill ain't doing anything. But I would say the big news for, at least for me, is that Jonathan Taylor still hasn't. I mean, he had 10 carries, 58 yards, but why is Jonathan Taylor only getting 10 carries? You know?
Yeah. Why is literally the best player in the NFL last year getting 10 carries? How many receivings did he have?
Best running back.
He had 7 catches.
He doesn't really get the ball that much.
It's 7 catches. That's a lot for him.
That's probably more catches than I've ever seen him get. Yeah.
I mean, that's still only 17 touches, and that's not enough for your best, arguably top 5 player in the NFL from just right now.
Well, yeah, and especially when your team sucks ass.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like me and Casey, I feel like you and I just keep on pointing out like a lot of these teams are just disrespecting their running backs for some reason, like their star running backs. And if you look at the teams that are not doing so, that you like the teams that you think should be bad, for instance, the Giants, you're like, man, the Giants should suck, but they are feeding Saquon and they're winning games. Like,
yeah, I don't think they care if Saquon breaks down. I think Saquon is his last year of his contract, if I remember right. So they're just feeding him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to my friend Jacob about that yesterday. Like, I don't understand. When we get to the Niners game, it'll come up, and we'll talk about it then. So I don't want to go over it.
Yeah, I remember I messaged you about that and what I said. So
next game, Raiders Texans. Raiders beat the Texans 38-20. So the Raiders have themselves an offensive game there.
Yes, sir. We both chose the Raiders, of course.
The Raiders. Josh Jacobs has been amazing. I don't know. The past couple of weeks, I have him in one of my fantasy teams, and he is wild. This game, 20 carries, 143 yards, 3 touchdowns.
He's been popping off.
He also had 3 catches for 12 yards, so I guess that adds to it a little bit.
Yeah.
155 total yards on 23 touches. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Another case where the team is feeding the person they should be feeding, so go for it.
Yeah.
I would say throw the ball to Devontae Adams and hand it off to Josh Jacobs. And Devontae Adams had 8 catches for 95 yards too, so they're doing that. And you should win a decent amount of games, which they aren't really doing. So,
yeah, they're not doing too hot.
They're finally getting in their groove. But the Texans also kind of suck, so.
Yeah, Texans have not. They're just one of the worst teams in the league right now, easily.
And they should be. That's not a surprise.
Yeah. Then after that, we have the Jets at the Broncos.
Yeah, this brings up one of those topics that we said we were going to wait till later. James Robinson got traded to the Jets. because their star rookie running back Brees Hall, who's been lighting it up lately, tore his ACL. So
That's a
that's
big
really
deal.
sad.
I don't think James Robinson's gonna patch that. I feel like James Robinson's been given a lot of
I mean,
chances and he's been okay. Like he's solid, but
yeah, for being an undrafted player, James Robinson's really good, but um, the other guys coming with Brees Hall, first round draft pick. Like that's big gap in talent for sure that he's trying to replace.
oh yeah,
Um, and just look at what he did before he tore his ACL: 4 carries, 72 yards, 1 touchdown.
yeah.
He was averaging 18 yards a carry. And he tore his ACL. And they got Zach Wilson back there at quarterback. He hasn't shown a whole lot of anything.
He still continues to
Um,
underperform.
but 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 they played the Broncos, who are awful, and Russell Wilson didn't even play. They had Brett Ripien as their quarterback, and I don't even know who the hell that is.
No one does.
Broncos, I think, are like the worst team to watch. I feel like they have to be the worst team to watch in the NFL.
Yeah, there's just nothing going on their offensive side, even though there should be. I don't know what's going on over there, to be honest. Like
I
they
don't know
have
how many times I've
receivers.
looked at their final score this year and seen single digits. Like even when they beat us, they scored what 11 points, I think.
It's surprising to me that their offensive coordinator or something hasn't been fired.
Yeah, axe is gonna start coming down on some of these coaches for sure. We're right around the mid-season mark, not quite there, but
Look, I know Russ hasn't been performing that well, but like they have Cortland Sutton, Jerry Judy. Like their offense should be way more explosive than it has been. I saw
Jerry.
something about I guess Jerry Judy might be on the trade block,
Yeah, I've seen that too.
so that could be a big deal if that actually becomes comes to fruition.
Yeah, I don't know what they'd get back for him because I know they drafted him with the first rounder, but he has not shown first
Mm-mm.
round talent at all.
I think they can
So
get a second rounder for him.
yeah, maybe still based off of his promise, his potential. But
Yeah. So yeah, Jets took the Broncos there. We both chose the Jets. We have faith in Robert Sala. Jets are 5-2, man. It's weird.
I know both New York teams 5-2.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But yeah, next up we have the game that Casey and I obviously don't want to talk about. Chiefs at the 49ers. We both
We got
chose the
the
Chiefs.
yeah we got the pick right. That's got to
And
count for something.
so I don't know if did you watch this game? I
I'm
watched
sorry,
it.
the Giants are 6-1 by the way. So New York teams are in
Oh, well,
combined 11-3.
it's
Yeah, I
weird.
watched the first 3 quarters of it, and then
So
I
did
went,
I. Literally
and
what
then my
happened.
dad, or I had to go help my dad set up some stuff in the backyard, and I came back and we were down 20 points, and I was like,
No,
oh,
yeah.
well, I'm glad I actually missed that,
Yeah, I
honestly.
stopped watching because it just became the same thing, which is something I wanted to bring up with this game. 49ers are 3-4. We should be doing a lot better than that. Might even with the injury to Trey Lance. Look at the team last year and the year before that. Um, really tired of Kyle Shanahan's second half performances. Like he honestly right now is probably the worst second half coach in the NFL. If you look at his
And,
stats, when the 49ers are down by 3 points or more at the start of the second half, Kyle Shanahan is like 2-34. That's his record.
yeah, guys, at halftime it was 14-13 Chiefs. Now, we were down by 1 point at halftime,
Our first quarter we were
and
up 10-0.
we lost 44-23. Yeah,
Unacceptable.
we got outscored 30-10 in the second half. And Kyle Shanahan is supposed to be this offensive genius, and the point that I was talking about with Jacob is like is being an offensive coordinator that hard? Like if you were to ask like I don't know, if somebody asked me like, "Hey, what should the 49ers do on offense?" I'd be like, probably get the ball to Debo Samuel. I don't know. That would be what I would do. And Debo had a total of 6 touches this game, 5 passes and 1 run for 44
It's
yards.
not enough.
Not
I
enough,
I know
man.
he's dealing with a I don't know what kind of injury it is. I didn't look at it, but he's day to day right now. So I'm wondering if that has something to do with it.
Yeah, I don't need to see Ray McLeod with 4 receptions and all these people. Like just we got when you got George Kittle, Debo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, Christian McCaffrey now, and Kyle Juszczyk. Like that's all I need to see is those
Yeah,
players on the field all the time.
yeah.
because they can just play at like pretty much any position. They can just bounce around and do everything. Like I don't need to see all these other people. It doesn't
Yeah,
like just who are your best people? Get them the ball over and over again. That's how
yeah.
I'd run an offense.
I mean,
And the
he
Chiefs,
did that with Kittle on Ayuk. I mean, look at their stats. They performed
yeah, no.
well. Like, wow, what a surprise.
And the Chiefs are lucky in that their best player is their quarterback, so he always has the ball. And
Yeah,
he is amazing. Patrick Mahomes, 423 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, and that was against the best defense in the NFL because that's what the 49ers are. So,
yeah,
when healthy, I'll make the caveat of that. And they had a day when it comes to receiving. Obviously, when he threw for
yeah,
423 yards, they passed all over us. And like I said, it all came for the most part in the second half. It was close after the first half, and then it got really ugly.
yeah,
So shout out to the Chiefs. My big takeaway from this week and from all of football is that there's only 3 good teams, and the rest of the teams are like okay. And the Chiefs are one of the good teams.
yeah. It's been a weird year.
Yeah, my good teams are Chiefs, Bills, and Eagles. Those are the good teams. Every other team is okay, and then there's some stinkers too. But
Yeah. But one thing we didn't point out, guys, we mentioned the Christian McCaffrey trade. Obviously, he had only been on the team for what, a day and a half, 2 days, and he
got
suited up.
traded on got traded on Thursday. Showed up on Friday. So Friday and Saturday theoretically he was
Yeah.
with the team.
So he had 2 days with our team playbook and how Kyle Shanahan supposedly has a very complicated playbook to learn. Doesn't look complicated when he's running it. Uh, but yeah, Christian McCaffrey 8 for 38, 4.8 yards a carry. I mean, for only 2 days, that just shows how good of a player he is. And this is one thing I wanted to bring up. So, for Christian McCaffrey with only 2 days of practice, I saw something. I guess Jimmy Garoppolo told Kyle Shanahan that he would be okay with Christian McCaffrey being more involved in the offense already because Jimmy Garoppolo said that he would just tell Christian what to do in the huddle. That's how he was going to have him utilize him. Is he was like, I'll just tell him what to do in the huddle, and obviously it worked out decently. So, but yeah, I mean, the Niners still just look lost,
Yeah.
man, and I have a hard time saying it's not the play calling right now. So
Yeah, they're 3-4 though, so they can turn that around really
yeah,
quick. It's
they
only
can.
7 games. There's got 10 left.
Yeah,
So
but yeah,
remember
so
last year they were 3-5 at one point.
that is also
Went to the
true.
NFC Championship game.
That's true. Um,
So yeah, the Chiefs won. Next game up, Seahawks Chargers. Seahawks beat the Chargers 37-23.
we
Did we
both,
both pick the Chargers?
yes, we did, and Geno Smith just continues to play decently, and obviously Kenneth
Yeah.
Walker.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker, rookie running back, exploding. 168 yards, 2 touchdowns on 23 carries.
Yeah,
That's insane. And yeah, Geno Smith has just been a good quarterback.
yeah,
Like I don't after 7 games, I don't know if you can say it's a fluke anymore. Like he's just looked like he's gotten this offense and understands it well and runs it really well.
yeah.
So good job, good on Geno.
No, that's what
Honestly,
I was saying. Is like I gave a lot of doubt to Geno, saying he was probably one of the worst starting quarterbacks in the NFL right now, and he has proved me wrong. So props to him, man. I'm happy for him.
yeah, I'm happy for him
Even
too.
hating the
He was one of those
Seahawks,
guys that got drafted by the Jets, and anybody that gets away from the Jets, I hope they can do all right. So
Yeah.
you know, he's doing good.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Seahawks beat the Chargers. Chargers are just doing what the Chargers do every year. They look like they should be a really good team, and then they just aren't for some reason.
Perfectly average all the time. Yep.
Yeah.
Next game, Dolphins Steelers. Dolphins won 16-10. That was Sunday Night Football. I watched that game, like the whole game. Tua looked amazing on the first drive, and then um, the Dolphins just couldn't do anything. But they already scored enough because the Steelers' offense is pathetic. Kenny
Very
Pickett had
pathetic.
257 yards, 1 touchdown, and 3 interceptions. Yeah, so Tua did not have a good game really, but did enough. And this is another one where it's like, hey, what should we do on our offense? How about you just get the ball to Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill as much as possible?
Yeah.
And I think that's the path to victory for them.
Yes, sir. Also, Chase Claypool. I still don't understand what the hype is with people thinking he should be traded as like a number one receiver to the Packers, dude. That guy's so overrated. That's all I have to say on that matter. But yeah, after that we have the last game, which happened yesterday. The Bears at the Patriots. We both picked the Patriots, and the Bears just dumped on the Patriots.
I did not see that coming
Neither did I.
anywhere. Justin Fields can't throw the football. I mean, still only had 179 passing yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mac Jones got benched. I guess that's big news.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
They like played both of them. It was so weird.
Yeah.
I watched the game and like Bailey Zappi and Mac Jones were like playing both. It was weird, but obviously Bailey Zappi had way more of the game, but he did not do well with it. So I expect to see Mac Jones next game. I just don't know. Like their offense, I just
Shouldn't work at all.
Yeah, they don't got anybody that scares you. I feel like
Their best receiver is Devontae Parker.
yeah, he was on the Dolphins previously and never did anything. But yeah, the story is that the Bears were just able to run all over him.
Yeah, that's really all that happened.
Over 200 rushing yards for the Bears.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that helped to win 33-14. All right.
Yeah.
So that's your week 7. Now let's do some picks, Mikey.
Yes, sir. So week 8.
We're gonna snap them off fast, people.
Yes, sir. So week 8, we have first game up on the docket. We have the Ravens at the. Let me pull up a notepad just really quick here. All right, cool. So week first game up, we have Ravens at the Bucks.
Ravens.
I'm also gonna go Ravens, to be honest, because I don't know. I just Bucks look lost right now, like a lot of the teams that are supposed to be good. Next up, we have the Broncos at the Jags. I'm gonna go Jags.
I think this was in London.
Yeah, it's at 6:30 a.m., so it has to be the London. Jags always play in London too, so I'm going Jags.
They're trying to give the Jacksonville Jaguars to London. Yeah, me too, man. The Broncos look terrible, so Jags don't look that bad. So
next up we have Dolphins at Lions. I'm gonna go
Dolphins. Lions. Yep, Dolphins. That should be a good Tua game.
Yeah, should be.
Should see a lot of yards for Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle because, like you said, the Lions defense sucks ass. Panthers at Falcons.
I'm gonna go Falcons. I suppose the Falcons have at least had put together some better.
Versus PJ Walker at quarterback.
I feel like the Falcons have at least strung together a couple more better games than the Panthers have. And that's the only reason I'm going with the Falcons. They've surprised me more than the Panthers, is what I should say.
Yeah, I think the Panthers defense is like all right. I'll take the Panthers. Let's get some discrepancy going in here.
Okay, so Panthers. I'm going Falcons. Next up, we have the Cardinals at the Vikings. I'm going Vikings because I think the Vikings have been performing well. Justin Jefferson.
Vikings are number 1 in their division.
Is Justin Jefferson, so he is number 1 in his division.
Yeah, I'll take the Vikings too. I don't trust Cliff Kingsbury.
Neither do I. Next
Bears
one up.
Bears at Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
I'll type in Cowboys for you, buddy.
I know the Bears just like popped off, but yeah.
Cowboys defense is going to eat them alive.
I know.
Justin Fields is probably going to have a really bad game.
Raiders at Saints. Raiders for me. I don't trust Andy Dalton throwing the football or whoever the hell is throwing the football for the Saints. So yeah, give me the Raiders.
Yeah, I'll go Raiders, to be honest.
And Josh Jacobs is popping off, so
that's
I'll keep riding the train.
That's fair. Next up, we have
Steelers at Eagles.
Eagles. I'll
type
Eagles for you. It's in Philly too.
All right, next game up, Patriots at Jets.
I'm going Jets. Oh, Brees Hall. Hold on. Let me rethink this. I just remembered that Brees Hall's out.
Pats have such question marks at their quarterback position right now. Give me the Jets anyways. Even over the Brees Hall news.
I think Robinson is I don't think he's gonna patch that leak. I think he'll do good still. But I think the Jets defense is led by Robert Saleh. I don't know how their defense is ranked right now. I haven't even looked into that actually. But I'm gonna go Jets too. I'll go Jets. I agree with you. Like my
Titans at Texans.
Titans. Yep.
Titans. Giants at Seahawks. So this is
Giants.
actually a pretty interesting one right here.
I'm going Giants.
Uh-huh. 6-1 Giants versus 4-3 Seahawks. It's in Seattle.
Saquon Barkley.
I know, but Gino,
But
come
Gino.
on, Kenneth Walker, my guy.
Mm,
Uh, I think the Seahawks. I'll take the Seahawks.
take the
They're my favorite
Seahawks.
team. Yeah, they're my favorite team. So.
Okay, respect.
Commanders at Colts. Holy shit.
That's an awful fucking game.
Yeah, that is bad. That's like real bad. I'll take the Colts. Starting Sam Ellinger at quarterback. I think maybe there'll be a little spike in performance. The team will rally around the young guy.
Um, I'm gonna I'm gonna do Commanders.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna split that. Next up we have the 49ers at the Rams.
Both teams don't look that great. I think the 49ers are actually more talented, and the 49ers do beat
Oh,
the
and the
shit out of
Rams
the
in the
Rams.
regular season. So I'm gonna go 49ers.
49ers.
Um, Packers at Bills. I'm going Bills. I'll type in Bills for you.
Oh my god.
Aaron Rodgers is probably gonna retire after this weekend.
Alright, then our Monday night football game is Bengals at Browns. Give
We'll
me
go
the Bengals.
Bangs, yes sir.
Give me Joe Shiesty and Jamar.
Bengals, all right, and them be the picks, guys. So we
Yeah,
will report back next week with our
Yeah.
video and see where we end up.
Yeah, so we got quite a few things to do with cards, so let's make that start happening.
Yes, sir.
There we go. Let me get my stream up so I can see what my camera's looking at. Okay.
That looks pretty good to me.
All right.
Yeah.
So recent pickups. We're gonna do some recent pickups. Then we're gonna do the grading review, and then we're gonna open the packs. So just some things I bought recently. I saw this and I had to buy. It was only like $5. Michael Jordan baseball card from when he was on the Barons.
That's pretty cool. What the heck?
Yeah, their team for the feeder team for the White Sox, I believe. Yeah, this is the fielding Michael Jordan there. That's pretty cool in my opinion. Just a prospect card that I got in some lot. I don't know. Ronnie Mauricio for the Mets. And then in some breaks, I was in a Donruss Elite break, and I had 3 teams. I had the
Pull the cards
Bengals.
down a little bit, Casey. You have like the top hat. There you go, right there. There we go.
I had the Colts, Titans, and Bengals in
Okay.
the Donruss Elite break. Jelani Woods, Roger McGreary, and then Jamar Chase, numbered to 399. But that's not a rookie card, so
Yeah.
nothing really special in any of that stuff, to be honest with you. But just wanted to show you, not trying to highlight the only time that I win stuff, show you what it looks like when you're getting breaks. All right, so if you guys remember from I don't know how many episodes ago, we bought that box and broke it down and pulled that really good Mac Jones and we sent it off to grading. So we did 2 things. We graded this whole stack of cards, SGC, and then we graded this Mac Jones with PSA. Let me go down. So obviously, value wise, PSA always sells higher. Issue though, the amount of time it took SGC to get my cards and grade them. So from the moment they said they got them to the moment the grades popped, 8 days. Swap that over to PSA. And in case you're wondering why we haven't done that yet for PSA, well, because this happened this past week. They got the they got the cards the same day as SCC did, and it took them a month and a half for the grades to pop. So that's the difference. Is the wait time. which normally is okay, but this Mac Jones is the perfect example of why that's not okay. If I were able to sell this card a month and a half ago, PSA 10, I would have got around $1,000. I can't even imagine what it's worth now. Like his price is just plummeted, maybe a couple $100, you know.
Yeah.
So at this point, I'm just gonna hold on to it and see if he gets a good start underneath him, and then probably sell it. But then the rest of the cards that we got from SGC. So yeah, that came back at 10, by the way, guys, which is the best you can get. So
Yes, sir.
2021 donruss, Mac Jones, Press Proof Hyper, Gen 10 from PSA. So that's great. Other stuff we got Jamar Chase at 10. So let's just do sell, keep, or hold, Mikey. And what do you think? Should we sell, keep, or hold Jamar
Keep.
Chase right now? We're keeping Jamar. Kyle Pitts.
That's an 8.
Yeah, this is a tough grade. An 8. Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, you gotta hold Pitts. He hasn't done
yeah.
shit.
I
Like
guess
you
just
can't
keep
sell him right now. It's not gonna be worth anything.
Mac or keep
Mac
because he
Jones.
already plummeted, so you want to keep to see
Yeah,
if he
same
has a
same
start.
deal.
Getting
Trey
some lag, getting
Lance.
some lag on the webcam here. Trey Lance 10, that's a keep obviously because he hasn't had the chance to do anything yet.
Yeah, because he died. Zach Wilson 9.5.
That's even if you. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I feel like
He's
all the quarterbacks that we're gonna show are all keeps right now because they haven't done anything. Najee.
that might be a sell to be honest, because running backs don't really age well with time
I
and
don't. Yeah, I don't know. I
experience.
don't know what the ceiling is for Najee,
I
honestly.
think that
So
might be a sell
yeah.
already, to be honest.
Davis Mills.
Uh, that might even be a sell at this point, because I feel like he. I don't know. I he's
Betty
on
Longneck.
he's on the Texans, so
T Law. Check out that 8.5 T Law.
that's a keep. That's a keep. T Law is still.
Shit grade.
Yeah.
The Slim Reaper Devonte Smith.
Uh,
I'm gonna say, in my opinion, it's a keep just because I think this team has like real Super Bowl chances this year. So
yeah, that's fair.
I think there'll just be a better time to sell down the road. Justin Fields,
Keep because he hasn't done anything, and he looks awful, and I'm sure his cards prices have already plummeted.
Jalen Waddle,
Keep.
and then these were other cards that I sent in at the same time. You got this rookie ticket autograph of Amon-Ra St. Brown, the wide receiver for the Lions.
He's
Auto
been
10
he's been doing pretty good,
489.
so I would keep.
Yeah. And then we have two Trevor Lawrence cards. We have a Legacy Silver and then a Prism Black. Prism Black got a 10. The Legacy Silver got a 9. So yeah, like we said, the quarterbacks from that draft class are all keeps right now because they're not doing that well. And if you sell them now, you're just going to take a fat L. So you got to hold on to them, I would say. But as soon as they do anything good, I'd say sell them. Besides Trevor Lawrence, I have faith in him long term. But maybe that's just me being stupid. Um,
Hmm.
all right, so our two products that we're gonna open up, we have two blaster boxes, continuing our little blaster showcase kind of deal. We have Donruss Elite from 2022. So Kenny Pickett's draft is going to be in here, but they're not going to be in their NFL uniforms. They're going to be in college, but all the vets are in NFL. And then you have one of the highlight things of the NFL season select 2021. So this is going to be Mac Jones and Trevor Lawrence's class. Both, if you can find them, this one's a lot easier to find than this one. At Target are both like 35, but resale for both is around like 40, 45 bucks. Um, and we'll start with the Donruss Elite first because I have less hopes for that one, to be honest.
Okay.
Um, you get 24 cards in here, 6 packs, 4 cards in each pack. It's the same specs for the select one. I saw Pac-Man open a bunch of these Select Blasters as a review, and they were like really good. So we'll see if we get that luck or if that was just some Pac-Man luck. But we're starting with the Donruss Elite. Oh, Kyler Murray right off the top. What are
Wow.
the chances? Stephon Diggs, Deshaun Watson numbered card. Oh
Uh,
no. 35 of 275, Deshaun Watson. Ugh. And then James Robinson. Oh my god, bruh.
that's unfortunate.
That's tough. Um, Saquon Barkley, DJ Moore, Matthew Stafford. field vision. What he doesn't seem to have right now. Devin White and a kid reporter. Dude, I can't believe we got a numbered Deshaun Watson. Ugh.
Yeah. Hopefully we can
I'm gonna,
you can just sell that soon, so you don't own it.
I'm gonna freaking burn that thing. Is what I'm gonna do. Josh Jacobs, Devin White. If it's Cooper a Cup, that is weird.
That's a what is like.
Tidal wave is what the card says it's called
It
up
looks like
here.
something was cut off, like the logo, but like what logo is that?
2021 receiving title. Okay. I don't know if that's a rare insert at all. I've never seen that one. It's pretty ugly, to be quite honest with you. I don't like that card
Probably
whatsoever.
not worth anything because of that.
It shouldn't be worth anything. Trey Lance, but this is from this past draft, so he's not a rookie. Michael Carter. Our first rookie, finally, Treston Ebner.
Who?
For the exactly. For the Bears. And then Slim Reaper and another kid reporter. Mark Andrews, Jared Goff, full throttle Patrick Mahomes, and a TJ Watt. Last pack, and so far,
Rough.
nothing special. But you did get a numbered card,
Yeah,
but
not who you want.
but yikes. Honest to goodness, yikes. Darius Leonard, Darren Waller, Spellbound, Justin Fields. All right,
F, is that
that's
his grade for his
commendable.
play so far since he was drafted?
Yeah. So I mean I agree, but just so people know, Spellbound, you can collect the entire set for a player and it'll be all the letters of their name. So this is the F from Fields. And then Davis Mills. Yikes, that was tough.
That was a
That was
yikes blaster, is what that was.
uh, classic this show right here. Getting nothing on the blasters. Oh, it's okay. That select one's gonna come through. Our highlight is gonna be the Cooper Cup because we're not making Deshaun Watson a
I agree.
highlight. Cooper Cup. All right. Select blaster. Find 3 blaster exclusive green and yellow prism die cuts. So select is the one where you get loaded up on the die cuts, which are nice. And Pac-Man was getting about an average of 1 numbered card a box. So let's hope that stays true for us. You're not guaranteed any numbered cards, but that's what it looked like was happening. And there's a chance of an auto or mem or anything like that. So any of that would be cool too.
Yeah. What year is this?
All right.
This is 2022, right?
2021.
21.
So
Okay.
Mac Jones,
Okay.
Trevor Lawrence, all that kind of stuff. Got Kyler Murray on the front. All right. First rookie is Aziz Ojolari. All right. We have our
Same.
first die cut coming up. Terrence Marshall, and then another die cut. Terrence Marshall again. That's crazy.
That's actually interesting. I almost wonder if no, because they're different cards. So
Yeah. This one's that green and yellow.
yeah,
One of the 3 that were promised. And we have a Dwayne Eskridge rookie. So that was all rookie cards. Oh, this one's numbered. The other Terrence Marshall is numbered to 349. So we did get a numbered card right off the bat.
those 3 cards you're holding in your hand are probably already worth more than the other ones.
I mean, yeah, we did get a numbered rookie. So that's what the hell is that? Oh, it's the security tag, just like in the middle of the packs. That was weird.
It's a bonus card,
Maybe it
dude.
got maybe it got tousled around in the box or something, or they set it up that way. I don't know them. All right, Devontae Smith rookie. I'm trying. Where's that numbered Terrence Marshall? Put
Banger
it up
coming up
top
next.
here. Sam Darnold. Is that the banger you're talking about, Michael?
Yes, sir.
Bang! Turbocharged Charles Woodson and another die cut. It is Tutu Atwell.
Oof.
It's a silver die cut.
Fortunately, it's Tutu Atwell.
Yeah, unfortunately it's Tutu Atwell, but as you can see, guys, the potential is there. If we had luck, some of these rookies would be quarterbacks, but we don't. So not yet, at least. All right, we got Davis Longneck Mills, Justin Jefferson. Too bad he's not a rookie in this. a silver DK Metcalf numbers insert, and then a Derek Gore rookie.
Feels bad.
Yeah, uneventful pack for sure. Only have one of our green and yellow die cuts, so we should get some more of those. Jacob Harris, Adrian Peterson. Is this another one of them? Matthew Stafford. It is. Yuck. And another Derek Gore. Oh, this is the club level. What was this last Derek Gore? Was it Premier level? No, it's concourse. No, Premier level. Yeah, Premier level and club level. So different. That's kind of like their inserts in select are like different levels of the rookie cards. So like instead of
Interesting.
having like parallels, a lot of them they really just have silver parallels. I guess they have some parallels, but not that common. Those are like the first parallels. Um, Kylan Granson, Kadarius Toney, a hidden talents Adam Thielen. What is hidden about his talents? Before the tryout that led him to eventually being a Pro Bowl receiver, Thielen accepted a dental equipment sales internship after college. One question from the interviewer stuck out. What would your dream job be? He recalled. I said, play in the NFL. We both kind of laughed. It's kind of funny looking back at that. Wow, what a sweet story. What a good guy. All right, last pack.
Here we go. Here we
Should
go.
have one more green yellow in here, and it's gonna be freaking. It's gonna be great, honestly, guys. I tell you. Chuba Hubbard rookie. Oh my God, we actually have a backwards card. No way. I'm sure it's probably a meme. I'm not getting my hopes up, but Seth Williams rookie card. We'll pull from the back. Our green yellow is Ian Book.
Ugh.
I mean, it is a quarterback. We didn't specify when we said rookie quarterbacks. We just said rookie quarterbacks. And then slow roll DSTLA. Trevor Lawrence? No way. No, wait, no. Trey Lance. San Francisco 49ers, Trey Lance.
Huh.
The enclosed authentic memorabilia is not from any specific game or event. There's a little patch. Little Trey Lance patch.
Why do they do the patches and not? It bothers me. It's just a little piece of fabric they just pick up off the ground and put in the card.
I know, especially when you see the enclosed authentic memorabilia is not from any specific game or event. So Trey Lance didn't even touch this. It's just there in the ether.
Yeah, it's a cool Trey Lance card though. Yeah, it's cool looking.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I saw TLA and thought Trevor Lawrence, but I don't know why I didn't look at the red that's right behind it. Like, obviously, that's not Trevor
Yeah,
Lawrence.
I didn't even think about that either, to be honest.
Obvi. Yeah. So, I mean, pretty obvious who the winner was out of that one. One of them gave us a rookie memorabilia card, numbered a bunch of rookies, a numbered rookie, some parallels, die cuts, and the other one gave us a numbered Deshaun Watson. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
I was.
I'm gonna think I know who won.
Yeah, obviously it was the select, but
Yeah, and we're gonna see a lot of these selects being open because I bought quite a few of them. So
all right, cool.
we'll try and keep track of how they do overall too.
Yeah,
This one I definitely don't think I made my money back on by any means, but probably like made like $20 and some cards. But you know, with the Trey Lance definitely being the most expensive card that I got.
yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
It's a pretty Trey Lance card.
Pretty ugly. Got him. Huh, roasted.
Big ol' stretch.
Oh shit, my hair be wilding right now, but
It's time for
whatever.
that haircut, boy.
Yeah, I have a haircut scheduled for Friday.
I do. Looks like you usually
Yeah.
got that buzz cut going.
I'm not getting a buzz cut.
You usually have a buzz cut though.
I know. I'm not doing it anymore.
Okay,
I
respect.
like actually having some hair.
Respect. But yeah, it was what, episode 37, right? Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. That is it for episode 37 of Sonoran Sports Cards. Talked a little about the MLB postseason and some of the players' stats. Casey kind of went over where he thinks some of the teams are and where they're at right now in the NBA and what he has seen as a surprise so far, and what he has seen as not as a surprise as well. And we did our normal week 8 and or week 7 review and week 8 picks for the NFL for next weekend. So we'll go over those next week when we do the video like we normally do. But yeah, guys, if you like what you saw in this video, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and the follow. And I believe there's a little notification bell you hit up there so you can see when we go live and you can join us here in the chat. We will always try to interact with you guys as much as we can. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.